The Kepler mission provides lightcurve files. These are files containing lightcurve data that has already undergone some processing, and that processing has been done by the Kepler pipeline, which you can find out more information about here. The main two attributes, or actually data vectors, of the Kepler lightcurve files are the so-called SAP, or SAP flux, stands for simple aperture photometry, and also the PDC SAP flux, which stands for pre-search data conditioning simple aperture photometry. It is this file, or this particular part of the file, that has undergone additional post-processing from just a traditional aperture summing type of flux. So these should differ in their particular flux levels, for example. So here we can read in a lightcurve file with a search lightcurve file command, and we again pass the name and optionally quarter of this Kepler target. And what we have now is a lightcurve file, which also can be plotted. And what we see indeed is that this PDC SAP flux has a little extra processing. That long-term trend has been removed, and you can see that the planet is conspicuously all around the same level, whereas the regular old SAP flux had retained a long-term trend. And beyond that, you can do things like index into it by getting PDC SAP flux and returning that as a variable if you wanted. The subtlety here is that the lightcurve file is a lightcurve file object, but then the thing that comes out of lightcurvefile.pdc SAP flux is actually a familiar Kepler lightcurve object. You can also access metadata and attributes in a familiar way and work on that lightcurve file in the same way that you would in a normal lightcurve.